This video will be showing you how to select information in Payroll Setup in Employer on the Go. Depending on the level of access granted by your payroll company, you may or may not have access to all the features discussed in this video. This area in Employer on the Go can be set up so that you may enter payroll information to be calculated for employee paychecks. From the main dashboard page, you can begin by selecting either the Enter Payroll icon or by selecting Payroll, Enter Payroll from the main menu. The first time that you enter Payroll for a company, you must select the Setup button in the top middle of the screen to go to the Payroll Setup screen. No earning codes are pre-selected in Employer on the Go. You have to select the earning codes necessary to key your payroll information. I've selected regular, overtime, vacation, holiday, and sick for mine. Also to the left, you have additional options that may or may not be needed for your payroll. Show department or show location and department if you maybe have variable pay set up on the employee by department. Pay numbers for secondary checks. You can produce up to 20 additional checks per person per payroll. So it's possible to have direct deposit on a first paycheck for an employee and then have a secondary check that's paper. You can get them with or without direct deposit, with or without deductions. Rate ID, another way that you may have variable pay set up on the employee record. So if you have rate IDs, select this, so it'll add a rate ID column, and you can pay the employee by their variable pay option. Use decimal hours. The system does all of its thinking and all of its calculating in minutes, but you can convert to decimals if needed. For balancing purposes, just be aware that the system cannot convert a decimal to a fraction of a minute. So if you enter something like 2.34, it'll convert it to 2.33 because that's backing into a whole minute. You also may use effective date. You could be keying a certified payroll maybe for a client that doesn't have timekeeping. So you might have this selection in conjunction with show job number. If all you select are additional options, you will be able to rearrange your columns on the entry screen for all the ones that are not earning codes. But you will have to save them every time. It will not save that layout. Now, enhanced pay grid options will allow you to move all your columns in the payroll entry screen for easier entry of data and more complicated payroll setups. Once your selections have been made on that screen, you can save your layout on the enhanced screen only by selecting Save Layout in bottom right-hand corner of the screen. And we'll go into that more in a separate video. So if you need an enhanced pay grid option, you have to check default enhanced pay grid if you want the enhanced pay grid to come up every time that you enter payroll. You might have divisions selected if you have variable pay set up on an employee and you want division to display on the entry screen as a column of its own. Potentially workers' comp job class ID if you want to assign a job class to an employee on the fly. And job numbers, it could be the way that you have variable pay set up on the employee. That'll add a job number column, and then you can pay the employee by their multiple jobs. Once you have made all your selections on the payroll setup screen, you're going to select Save in the bottom right-hand corner to move back to the Enter Payroll screen. Thank you.